Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. There's just so much that has happened since the last time we talked with y'all. So we decided to do a special episode, but we have a three-man crew tonight. So I got my man Mike.
What's up,
Mike,
y'all?
say what's up to the world.
What's up,
All
y'all?
right.
You
And
know
I'm
what it
man,
is.
Mr. I got my man, Mr. Christopher Walk, aka Tweak Master.
What it do?
And then you already know the host with most, D-Boy. I'm looking a little rough, but heck day is Saturday. But nonetheless, we're going to have another banger show for y'all. So let's get started. Let's start with the NFL and NFL free agency. So, as you may know, Lamar Jackson, he wants a new contract. He feels he should be getting paid in the Deshaun Watson range. Me personally, I feel he's earned it because if it wasn't for him, Baltimore would be the Minnesota Vikings or worse. So, question to the panel: do you put Jackson contract situation and what offered to? Do you feel like he's being railroaded? Let's start with Chris. Chris, what's your thoughts?
I feel like well, it's bogus from jump, in my opinion. The man had been MVP. He been one of the best top quarterbacks since he been in the league. I know he got some injury issues, but the injury issues don't change the fact that the man, without a legitimate number one receiver, because for 4 or 5 years, his only receiving weapon has been tight ends and running backs. He ain't had a receiver, and the fact that
Putting up
he won,
300 tight ends and running backs. Yep.
and the fact that the team that draft him don't even want to show him no love and give him his bread shows a lot because you got quarterbacks like Jameis Winston getting paid. You got
Daniel
quarterbacks
Jones.
Daniel Jones getting paid. Now here you got a former league MVP. Now he got to go seek a deal. Now he got to get up out of where he got drafted. So, but what it looks like, I think somebody gonna end up drafting him. I mean, putting together the proper trade package. I don't see him playing. I don't see him being in Baltimore next year. I see him. It's tough. I know Atlanta called about him. It's tough. I don't know where he gonna end up. It might even be Las Vegas, but I just know for a fact he ain't gonna be in Baltimore next year, and that's what I gotta say about it.
All right. Hey, Mike, what's your thoughts on this? I know you got some strong feelings, so I want to hear it.
All right. So let me start with this, right? They've been, essentially railroading my boy his whole career, coming out of Louisville. Okay. Now the things he was doing in Louisville, I witnessed. You see what I'm saying? I was right next door in Indianapolis, so I witnessed it. And the man was showing out. You see what I'm saying? I almost thought he was gonna win the national championship, but you know what I'm saying? That's another story. So he been getting railroaded from jump. You come out, have a college career like that, and then you drop all the way down to I believe the 30th pick. Is that what it was? You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah, he was there.
I believe so.
Baltimore being the team that quote unquote took the chance after everybody else then slept and passed and all this other stuff and called him a running back, they want to be the one to take the chance. So y'all take the chance, y'all get him. Y'all wasn't even sold on him at first till y'all seen him come out and take over. Y'all give him the keys, he take over. The man get MVP. He got y'all in the playoffs every year, and y'all back relevant all because of him. Now we get to the point where it's time to pay the man, and you don't want to pay the man. That to me is insane. It's insane. So y'all went through all of that just to not pay the man. But to me, from what I'm seeing, it's almost like a scam because it's not like they don't want to pay the man, but they trying to find any reason to not pay him what he asking for, which explains this tag that they put on him. So they tagged him to keep him, but it allows him to seek deals. So basically, it's like, you know what I'm saying, being a restricted free agent in the NBA. So now all these teams can come put together a package and they want to see if somebody gonna jump. So say somebody jump, offer him the 200 mil, whatever. I think they gonna match it. I really do. I think it's smoke and mirrors. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think if somebody come put that package together, they gonna match it. But I think they expecting nobody to put that package together because of how everybody slept on them, which is why they trying to railroad us. I don't like it. And then you got teams who is stuck in the dirt, i.e. the Falcons. Y'all rolled with Mariota all last year, and y'all just got rid of him. But y'all is one of the teams that have said y'all is not going to inquire about Lamar. What? What? Like this is where the nonsense come into play. You see what I'm saying? Like, how can you be irrelevant? Y'all been irrelevant since y'all blew that lead to Tom Brady, and you don't want to inquire about an MVP quarterback? That's railroading, man. That I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the guy to say that race might play a part, but it definitely does. And I'm also gonna say with his play style, it play a part. But his play style wasn't a problem when he was winning MVP. So I don't know what the problem is now. The disrespect has to stop, and somebody needs to pay that man. I think he is gonna be in Baltimore based on the tag that they put on him, but I don't know how long it's gonna last. Cause after you do something like that, I wouldn't want to play for y'all no more. So
Well,
you know what I'm saying? He might be there for next season, maybe to start, but I don't think it's gonna last. I really don't. I think Baltimore sabotaged that, and they gonna have to eat that later for sure.
I'm glad you brought up the racism point because that brought another idea to my head because John Harbaugh, a Jim, you know, is a typical white coach, and in that system, that Baltimore Ravens system was a typical white boy dink and dunk system. That's what it was before he even got there. And they got lucky and got Joe Flacco. You know what I'm saying? He added that extra element because you're right, bro. They was sold on him, and then they saw he can run. Because at the first thing was the same thing with Justin Field. He can't throw. He can't throw. All he can do is run. All he can do is run. But then they found out the man could throw, and then they got him no weapons. The man got no weapons. The man won MVP, and his tight end was his best receiver. Like, come on, man. Like how like, and the fact that y'all don't think he's valuable enough that y'all think y'all could just play with him like that and just put this tag because y'all don't think nobody gonna put a package together. But I believe some teams they finna do whatever they got to do to get that package together. I believe it's gonna be a couple different packages together for that man. Trust to believe.
And then it's the position too. You know, this is the all high and mighty position of the NFL. And the NFL essentially has they set ways on who they prefer in that position, i.e. the Tom Brady's, the Peyton Manning's, the current Joe Burrows. I bet he ain't gonna have no problem getting paid. And you ain't seen him with no MVP. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he went to the Super Bowl, but he ain't win. So he kind of in the same boat without the MVP. And they not gonna hesitate to pay him. You also got teams like the Washington, whatever they gonna be called, you see what I'm saying, who ain't had a QB ever, no solid QB ever, and they don't even want to inquire about him. So you mean to tell me you got an MVP QB out there that you could grab and you don't even want to look into it? Why? Why is that? And somebody in the NFL, they need to answer that because This ain't it.
And good point, because I wonder is he a little bit, he got a little bit too much darkness going on in his skin, because Patty my homeboy got his bread, but Patty my homeboy a different kind of quarterback, and he a little bit more on the light skinned side. So that's that. Yeah, that racist.
Deshaun Watson got 230. That's with all the allegations and things that he had going on, and he ain't did what Lamar did. Like, it's so much disrespect. It's blatant at this point. It really is. It's blatant disrespect. It really is.
All right. Mike, you took the words right. You took I was going to close this topic with saying that team, but I'm going to start with that team. The fact that, like you said, you got an MVP quarterback possibly on the market to be traded, to be had, and you don't even inquire. Ron Rivera, you need to get slapped out of you. For real. You need to slapped out of you. Unless you just had Cam Newton flashbacks. And really, truth be told, Cam, that 1 year, because before the year they went to the Super Bowl, Ron Rivera was on his way out the door. Cam saved this job, in my opinion. And the fact that, like I said, you don't even look into it, bro. So you mean to tell me you don't really trust, you don't really give Sam Howell a chance? Sam Howell could turn out to be a decent quarterback. But if you got a chance to get Lamar Jackson, why are you going Sam Howell? Come on. That's just like the Bears, if they really was talking about trading Fields, Bryce Young. Like, come on, bro. Like, stop it. Knock it off. And then going back to Baltimore, I blame one person for this. For the whole contract situation and them not being able to draft right receivers, all that. I blame one person. Eric DeCosta. What the fuck are you doing? Better yet, you don't know what you're doing. Matter of fact, you're the Gar Foreman and you're the Garpax of the NFL. What the hell are you doing, sir? So, I mean, I know Lamar pissed. I won't be surprised. I know what y'all think about this, but I won't be surprised if Lamar sit out the season until he trades. Like, real talk.
Because, hey, and y'all brought up Washington, but I wonder if Washington got bread, because remember last year they just broke Terry off. They got bread. They got bread because they cut ties with Carson Wentz, and Carson Wentz was taking up a lot of that cap. So they got some money, and they talk about shipping off Chase Young, so they probably not even gonna pay him. And a lot of their team is young. Like Terry, the only one who really got the bag. You see what I'm saying? So they got money. You see what I'm saying? And y'all don't even want to inquire about this dude, bro. Like that's 45-16 record. You see what I'm saying? What he got? Over 12,000 pass yards, 101 touchdowns to 38 picks. We already mentioned how he was an MVP, and we're not even gonna count the rushing stats. Almost 5K rushing yards with 24 touchdowns, but nobody want to pay this man. That's blasphemy. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand either. And it's funny you mentioned Chase Young, because not too long ago I was hearing rumblings that Washington had been talking to the Bears about that pick, and then Chase Young's name was mentioned. Now here's the thing. I think, call me crazy, I got the strangest feeling the Bears are going to trade that number 1 pick to Tennessee and King Henry's going to be a Bear. I just got the strangest feeling. I know this is a Lamar Jackson type, but this is what I'm getting at for Washington. If you shopping Chase Young, but you're not inquiring about Lamar Jackson, I don't understand that. I really don't. But I mean, like I said, I'm really surprised if Lamar sit out the season. We'll see what happens. But if anything, if he's traded, I'll be surprised if he go to the Raiders. And that'll be ugly. Lamar Jackson, Devontae Adams, and Josh Jacobs with Darren Wall. If Darren Wall stays healthy, that boy, they'll give some teams some problems. The offense is gonna give some teams some problems. But of course, the question on with Las Vegas is just like it is every year. The defense gonna hold up. It's the defense to be able to stop somebody and get off the field. So let's move on to our next topic. You had something to add before we move on?
I was gonna say Josh Jacobs in a free agent pool, ain't he?
No, they tagged
him. Yeah, they tagged him.
Yeah, they tagged
so
him.
Now it's been reported that Joe Mixon, there was a shooting at the home of Joe Mixon right outside Bird. Apparently, or reportedly, 11 rounds were fired from his yard. Police in that town have his sister as a suspect, and apparently a 16-year-old was wounded in shooting. Question to the panel: does this affect Joe Mixon's status in the NFL? He face any repercussions from Roger Goodell or the Cincinnati Bank? I'm gonna start with Mike. Mike, what's your thoughts?
So my thing was with this is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how close Joe Mixon is with his family and family ties, but he obviously got to be pretty close because, you know what I'm saying, it was at his house. So now, from what I seen, the reports is that the shooting, you know, the prime suspect for the shooting is his sister. Now, that to me is kind of big because it's his sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's at your house. Like, what part did you play in this while your sister out here clapping at people? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I know you wasn't just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? And if you was just sitting there, like that's kind of even more questionable because you really just go sit there and just let your sister clap at people in your backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think punishment gonna come down on him too much, but I think he is finding himself in situations that he don't need to be in. And the Cincinnati Bengals, for one, cannot afford that, especially, you know, with their goals and aspirations. And the league, you know, we just discussed how the league does certain players, you know what I'm saying, in certain situations. I.e., you know, Plexico Burrs and, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So they not too keen on these shooting incidents. And you know, even though it wasn't you who shot, it was your sister. And you know what I'm saying, they know your sister is, you know what I'm saying, I guess with you in a sense. So some more gotta come out on this, or I gotta find out some more on this before I can just really say it's gonna affect him too much. But I know if it was me in that situation, it's gonna affect me because my sister not just gonna be clapping at people in my backyard and it's just gonna be all, you know what I'm saying, I'm just sit down quiet about it. It ain't gonna happen like that. So I don't know. Hopefully everything turn out for the best. You know what I'm saying? Just like how with my man Sean Kemp. I don't know if y'all seen that or whatever, but you know, he had that drive-by. He got released from jail.
I definitely heard about it.
He got released from jail. Supposedly he was shooting back at somebody who shot at him over a phone. So that's good. So I'm hoping these same things, you know, pretty much happen with Joe Mixon, especially since he ain't get arrested from jump.
Right. All right, Chris, what's your thoughts on this?
I'm kind of confused because, like what Mike said, it's his sister. She busting at somebody. So I wonder, is it a party at your crib? Is it a bunch of people? Is this her dude she having issues with? And if it is her dude that she clapping at, or or maybe another female. Did she come and tell you about
Well,
the
from
situation?
the, not to cut you off, but I just want to clear it up for you. But from the reports, there was the 16-year-old that got shot. I don't know how true it is, but he supposedly was like waving a Nerf gun or something like that. My thing is, who is this 16-year-old and why is he in the mix with you and your sister? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what made me
At
ask
your house
is,
in your backyard.
is
And
that her
then
dude?
on top of that, you know what I'm saying? If it was a Nerf gun, like, I mean, you just gotta be careful doing stuff like that. Of course, somebody gonna clap back at you if you out here trying to play like you got it for real. So, and he got hit too, the 16-year-old. So I really, like I said, some more really got to come out on this because like this whole situation is just like, why is all three of y'all together in a shooting situation at your house?
Exactly.
That
And
just
then
don't add up.
my thing is your sister. Okay, the dude that got shot 16, is your sister 16? Are these little kids? And why is it so easy for your clapper to be accessed for something like a Nerf gun? Like, to me, my kids got Nerf guns. I got like 8 Nerf guns downstairs in my crib, and can't none of them be mistaken for real guns. Like, Nerf guns are colorful. They don't like, so like, I'm with you, bro. Some more got to come out, and like, and if it do come out, like, I understand that he didn't get arrested, but like the fact that this happened around him, now you got to worry about them doing an investigation, like what's going on with you. Now we got to figure out whose gun was it. If it was your gun, did you have it put up safely? Were you keeping it safely? Can somebody just run up and get your thing? It's like a lot, and I hope that don't no discipline come on, because Mixon is a baller, and I hate to see another Black athlete career get cut short over some some nonsense that could have been easily easily avoided. Easily
Yep.
avoided. It could have been easily avoided. And right now, and as far as Cincinnati the team, like, man, I just hope everybody can come back and they can get through a season, because Joe Mixon ain't the only one who has some stuff come out about him. So it's like, man, I hope these boys get it together, and I hope they realize that with all these allegations coming out, it's only gonna make the NFL harder. It's only gonna make it harder to get their bread. Like, bro, don't make it hard on y'all selves. Y'all already got to go through so much to train to get ready for a season. Don't make it harder to get y'all bread, because we all know when you make the wrong kind of noise, all these major white corporations, they will crack that whip. Like, oh, y'all want to keep y'all think it's sweet, and they add all kind of rules, and then come on, we don't need it no more harder. It's already hard enough being African American male with the law in America. We don't need to make it no harder, and that's all I gotta say.
It's almost like the Cincinnati Bengals is like the Memphis Grizzlies of the NFL.
And it's crazy. Like, after it is start, it's like Ja kicked it off. It's like the stuff came out with Ja, and then all of a sudden it just went Cincinnati Bengals. It's like Ja called them on the phone, like, yeah, I'm finna kick it off. Y'all with me? And I guess the Bengals was with him. Like soon as the Ja thing happened, you start hearing, now all of a sudden it's Joe Mixon. Now all of a sudden it's, Jamar Chase got a little situation going on. It's just like, wow, bro, this cannot really be to the, it's bothering me, because these are the young bulls. These the future. These the new up and coming. The Like, Mixon been in there a few years, but next year Nixon should be one of those dudes. Jamar Chase should be one of those dudes. Y'all finna be one of them. Y'all finna be like the faces of y'all teams, y'all the franchises. Come on, man. Not now. Don't don't let it happen now. Not when y'all just finna get started. Y'all just finna get started for real.
Fact. Fact. Now here's what I gotta say about this. You gotta be smart about the company you keep. And I know that's your sister. Family is always gonna be family. But one thing I strongly believe in, and if I'm black kids, When they older, I'm always telling them this. Always remember, family will do you in quick, nigga, especially when in a position of power or you're in a position where you make a lot of money and you please celebrity, whatever. You some kind of celebrity. Always remember, family will do you in quicker than on the street. That's number one.
Thanks.
Number two, why are you hanging with a 16-year-old? Now, one of my friends that I have their number or we talk on a freaking basis is under the age of 30. And I'm 42. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some cats that's, 20, 20, 25, whatever, but they don't act, they act older than they age. Then you got some cats that's that age and they act younger or that age. But you said, why are you hanging with a 16-year-old for one? I mean, for two, like I said, for one, your sister, if it was me, I'd be a little salty at her because now you bring heat to me. And then I already played in the league with a commissioner, and I don't care what nobody say. I'm already playing in the league with a commissioner that really don't like black people. I mean, I've always thought he was a closet racist, always, and still do. Because I just don't see he has his shoes. It's like, Mike, I know team, that's your boy, but there's no way in hell Kansas City was the one that. But it's over, they won, whatever. But I know he smiled, yeah, I know you got Kool-Aid smile on his face. Anyway, but yeah, I hope it's not that serious. I hope it ain't nothing bad, like serious. I think that hopefully it works out for the best. If I was a bad man, he gonna get some game. Maybe a game, 2 or 3 from Goodell. I don't think Cincinnati really gonna do nothing to him, but I think they're gonna give him a game, 1 to 3 games, and then, however. I mean, it's compared to what they say Deshaun did. Yeah, I don't think it's serious. I don't think it's as serious as the allegations that were going against Deshaun. But I mean, and Mike, the Bengals my other team outside of the Bears. But right now,
here go the thing with Mixon though. If he come back, that is his. The only thing is gonna be that could probably get him in trouble is whose gun is it, and how did somebody get shot with your gun? Because
I was
you
just
gotta
about
remember,
to say that.
they did Plax in, and Plax didn't shoot nobody. Plax shot his damn self, and they did Plax in for shooting himself.
Dirty.
So like,
They did dirty.
That's the only thing I'm worried about with Mixon. If it come out, it's his gun and somebody that pops somebody with your banger, now you might get that. Like I said, Plax got done and he shot himself. He ain't pressed charges. He ain't pressed charges on himself. You know what I'm saying? He got done dirty. And he shot. I thought he learned his lesson because I figured if you walking around with a self-inflicted bullet hole in your leg, I think you will learn a lesson. But no, the NFL still had to come crack their whip. So I just hope, and like that's the only thing I feel with Joe Mixon. If they it turned out his gun, like he probably gonna have to pay this little 16-year-old or whoever it is. Like it could just get bad if it turned out his gun, and then the reason why the little kid. I just hope I just hope that
it can go left real quick. Yep. So hopefully everything ends up well with that brother. Now we're gonna switch over to the NBA. So on First Take this past week, on First Take, JJ Redick and Kendrick Perkins had a heated discussion about envy, bias, with MVP candidates because Nikola Jokic has won the last two MVPs. Question to the panel. Do you all feel that Kendrick Perkins was right and had a point was saying that there's racial bias with the MVP voting? Or do you think, are you with Jay Redick and feel that Kendrick Perkins was way off base with his comment? Let's start with Chris. What you think?
I'm in the middle. I'm like dead
Facts.
in the middle. It's like sometimes it's racial bias and sometimes it's not. Now I can't hate on Yoke because Yoke hoop. Yoke was hooping when Yoke earned his. He was hooping 30 rebounds. He started getting assists. Like
He's
I
the
didn't know
reason
Yoke
they
could,
won in the West.
I'm gonna get to that. Go ahead.
I didn't even know Yoke could pass the ball like that. The man started putting up like 8, 9 assists. Come on, man. Like he was hooping now. You know, there have been cases where certain players have been slighted because, you know, another player is a little bit more popular, might not have the stats. You know, it's been going on. To me, it's been going on for a little while. Like one of Mike's favorite point
I know
guards,
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash.
We know
Steve
that.
Nash. It's people saying that Nash shouldn't have won his, but Nash was hooping. But Kobe was also hooping. Mm-hmm. His teammate Amari Stoudemire was hooping at the same time too. So Shaq, I think Shaq was still with. So like, but Steve Nash got it. Not man, his team was number one and all that. So you know, and it's always gonna be unfair. I feel like it's the most slightest popularity contest in the NBA because sometimes, you know, certain players, because their team might be trash or or they don't have enough pieces around, they might put up numbers on a trash team and they don't even get considered for MVP, but they putting up like MVP caliber numbers. So it all come with your teammates, your record, and then your exposure. Because if you're a big market team, you got more exposure to more fans. Like some of them smaller market teams, everybody all over the world, they might not know you. They might not know you a super. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of in the middle. I think sometimes it is biased, but I think the NBA they're a little bit more fair than the NFL because, you know, they, even though it is some bias, I think the NFL's criteria is a little bit more. The criteria is a little bit more fair than the NBA's. Than the NFL's. I'm sorry, the NBA is more fair than the NFL, but I think I don't know. I'm in the middle. I think sometimes it's biased and sometimes it's not. But that argument was I thought they was gonna box. I thought Perk was gonna put it on.
Yeah.
I thought Perk. I thought if they was I thought Perk was gonna get down on JJ. But that's my take on it, man. I'm in the middle.
Okay, Mike, I know you said when you said facts, so I know you're in the middle. But what else you got for me on this?
So here's why I'm in the middle, right? So with this whole beef between them two, they both was making valid points back based on the facts and whatnot. So I mean, it's not a secret that, you know what I'm saying, personal bias plays a part in some of these situations year by year. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's no secret. But you can't say, at least this year, that, you know what I'm saying, that is happening with the Joker and that he stat padding and whatnot. Because the whole thing was based on him stat padding just to get to top of the MVP ranks. But how you stat padding, like they said, when you the number one team right now, and y'all ain't lost when you get a triple double. I mean, you if I'm stat padding and we winning every time I stat pad, then that sounds like job well done to me. You know what I'm saying? So
you can say the same thing about Russ. Russ stat padded, I thought, when he won his. He still got that thing.
But Russ triple doubles didn't equate to a W every time, nor was they the number one seed. You see what I'm saying? So you could consider
Right.
that more stat pattern than this situation with the Joker. Here's my thing about the personal bias. It's not so much this season that I think it's a personal bias, but I definitely think it was for last season. Because there's no way that I ain't gonna say it's no way, but Joel Embiid definitely should have got that last season. And if you basing it off what Joker doing this year, being number one and whatnot, on top of the numbers he putting up, last season should have been Joel Embiid.
Oh, absolutely.
Denver wasn't number one. Philly was higher than them. You see what I'm saying? Embiid numbers was slightly better. He had more points. You know what I'm saying? I guess a little less rebounds and less assists, but it you know what I'm saying, it turned into more win shares. You see what I'm saying? Or I can't even say more win shares, but it turned into more wins. So if that's the case, why didn't he win it last year? If it's such a you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I can't say it's a runaway because no one really saying it's a runaway. But if he's such the favorite this year, then B should have been the favorite last year, and that I think that was a personal bias
Facts.
um, about how that played out. It also alludes to your point, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying, like with my man Steve Nash. I feel that, you know what I'm saying, that was a little biased, but it's similar to what the Joker did or is doing this year. They was number one or number two, I think, when he won that. The man averaged a double double. I mean, it wasn't a triple double, but triple doubles wasn't this back then. You see what I'm saying? So to put up a double double for the season, not to mention he one of the last people to average a double double in terms of like points and assists. You had Chris Paul do it, and that's pretty much it. I can't think of too many other people that I think John Wall might have did it once or twice.
Mm-mm.
Um,
He never averaged 10. He averaged about 9 or 8 assists. He never got to 10.
no, I'm pretty sure he got up there. One of them years. I had to pull it up to check exactly like when, but I'm pretty sure he had it one of them years. But regardless, it's still not, you know what I'm saying, what Steve Nash is doing. And, you know, Steve Nash started a whole movement. I mean, you know, he was the head and the you know what I'm saying, of the 7 seconds or less, you know what I'm saying, movement. Like that was the whole thing. You can't
I,
say that you
I
can't say
mean, he
that the
was the
Joker
best
out
choice.
here.
If you want to go with Kobe or Shaq, you would have go with Steve Nash because Kobe and Shaq back then was the popular guy. Steve Nash was Steve Nash. He was up there with them dudes, and he was hooping, doing his thing, but he didn't have his name wasn't as strong as Shaq or Kobe
Okay,
did,
so
bro.
John Wall had 3 straight years averaging a double double with 10 assists. So
Three, damn.
he was there, you know what I'm saying, and then of course Chris Paul. But none of Chris Paul's teams have been able to do what Steve Nash's team did. And I mean, if it wasn't for that, you know what I'm saying, personal bias, you know what I'm saying, from the refs and whatnot, you could say they probably would have won one of them championships if all
Maybe.
them, you know what I'm saying, if they ain't get kind of railroaded out of that. So it's you know, a lot of people don't think he should have won it based on the gaudy numbers Kobe was putting up with the, what was it, 32 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that, what more can he do when you playing on a team with Kwame Brown and Smush Parker? I mean, you put me on a team with them, I'm probably average 32 too. Like somebody got to get them buckets because ain't nobody else doing it. So, and they barely made the
Right.
playoffs. So, and it's not like, I mean, he was putting up 32, but it wasn't like Russell Westbrook when he was averaging a triple double as the 7th seed, and it's the first time we see somebody average a triple double in how many years. So it wasn't quite that, you know what I'm saying? But I do still feel like some of the voters had a personal bias, you know, with Steve Nash and that, but I also feel like it was deserved too. And that's
Yeah,
not
he
just
was
because
just. I mean, they
not
had
just
they
because
had
that
the
was my
number.
boy.
Nash had the rankings. I mean, they team at that point, I believe they were ranked higher than the Lakers at that point. So he did earn it. Or they could have did co-MVP. You know what I'm saying? But they were ranked higher than the Lakers.
They played each other in the first round that year.
Yep, and Kobe didn't have the squad that Steve
and
Nash
was
had.
LA was 8.
Yep. So it was what it was. So shout out Steve Nash.
LA was 8. Then LA kept losing to Phoenix, and then they traded Pau Gasol.
So, but in terms of their beef, you know what I'm saying? I think they both got valid points. They just not seeing each other's point. Cause JJ always come with the facts, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes JJ be a little, you know.
JJ be on point. Yeah. I mean, here's my take on it. I mean, I'm with y'all. I'm in the middle. You know, I also feel another thing that I feel is biased as ever. The All-Star voting. Like every year, a lot of players that actually are having good seasons don't make it, not even as a reserve. Like it's something like every year, in my opinion, every year there's a player that actually deserves to be a starter and don't get no recognition because you have the usual suspects, your Giannis's, your Jokic, your Embiid's, your LeBron's. So I feel the All-Star voting is like a popularity contest. They go with who they know instead of, they fickle. They fickle, like a snowflake. You never know where it's going to fall. They fickle. So, I mean, but both made very good comments. I mean, very good facts, very good statements. Me personally, even though he had good facts, I've never really cared for Kendrick Perkins. I think he's on, but I will give it to him. There is some bias to stand, but he also has to take the fact that before Jokic won these last 2, if I'm not mistaken, before that, 3 MVPs before that were black. Because I know Giannis got one before Jokic did. Matter of fact, I think Giannis got it the year he won the title, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, he got MVP
he got it
the
that
year
year.
he won the title, if I'm not mistaken. He did right. So, I mean, I'm in the middle. In the middle, we all agree that is, personal bias either way. So we're gonna move on to the next topic. Now, this next topic,
real quick, before you move on,
yes, sir.
I just want to point out on the All-Star, it do be biased, but and it's kind of a double-edged sword because I'm pretty sure these players kind of get paid based on their All-Star selections and NBA selections, but when it's for the All-Star specifically, it's more about putting on a show as opposed to who deserves to be there. They, you know what I'm saying? It's more about who the fans and who the people want to see in the All-Star game. So
you want to see, right?
And that's
like
why
the
kind of double-edged sword, because you can't really fault them for giving the fans and the people what they want. But at the same time, it kind of costs some of these players some money sometimes. So
facts. That's why I said it's like a popularity contest.
Oh, it definitely is.
That's an excellent point. That's an excellent point. Now, this next topic, I just wish this man had gone and retire. Cause like Giannis said, you go play with other teams to win the championship. How about you play with the team that drafted you and win your own? How about you carry a team and win a championship instead of going to play with somebody else to win one? Kevin Durant, somehow this man during warm-ups fell somehow and sprained his ankle, and now it's quite possible he's going to be out for the season. I call him Softy McWilliams. So, question to the panel. With this latest KD injury, what does that mean for Phoenix and Salty McWilliams? I mean Kevin Durant. We're gonna start with Michael. Michael, what's your thoughts on this? I know you laughing. So what's your thoughts on this? I know you got something to say about this.
So y'all know, KD, my boy, you know what I'm saying? But let's be real, man.
You know your
Health,
boy so. You know he's
health,
so. He can
health,
hold it. He's so.
health, health has been a major problem for him over the last 5 years or so. Now we know what KD is as far as his talent and what he gonna bring to the table, but this health is a big concern. My man's is getting closer and closer along the lines of Anthony Davis, and I hate to say it, you know what I'm saying, but this was a little, I guess you could call it a freak accident, you know what I'm saying, kind of like who get hurt in warm-ups, dog? Like, you know what I'm saying, like, why you even practicing dribble drives and warm-ups? What you doing that in practice? If you don't go out there and shoot some jumpers and try to get hot for this game, like, you know what I'm saying? And you practicing dribble drives on nobody at that, like, in warm-ups, like, do a layup line or something, bro. Like, it's not that serious, you know what I'm saying? But the injury is kind of crazy because now he's finna be out for the, at least the most of the remainder of the season, if not the rest of the season. And now they gotta hope that he back in time for playoffs. So what this means for Phoenix, I mean, let's just be real. Most of us, you know what I'm saying, know Phoenix was done long before this trade. You know what I'm saying? They might have been a playoff team, but nobody expected them to make no noise. I didn't even expect them to beat the Dallas Mavericks last year. You see what I'm saying? So nor did I think they would beat them nor did I think they would beat them if they played them again.
You were crazy saying they weren't gonna beat Dallas
this year. So, Phoenix been suspect to me. And it's crazy because, like, when I think about outside of Kevin Durant, when I think about their core players not suspect to me. Like Chris Paul not suspect, Devin Booker not suspect, and to me, DeAndre Ayton not suspect either. Like, he a solid center and he do his job. So how you got three solid core players and your team still suspect amazes me, which is why Kevin Durant was the perfect piece for them. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what they need to get them over the hump. Because when Chris Paul can't come through, and it's not that he can't come through, but when he get hurt, because it happens, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know Chris Paul biggest downfall mainly, he get hurt at the wrong time. They be thriving, and then he get hurt at the wrong time. Also, when you smaller guard, like, like us, people kind of, they kind of key in on you in fourth quarter situations and stuff like that. So, they try to put him to the test for sure, especially with his age getting up there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But the main thing be his health in these critical situations. So now you throw in a KD with that, who's presumably supposed to be healthy. That's supposed to negate that. You see what I'm saying? Make it way easier on Chris Paul. He shouldn't have to get hurt because KD out there snapping, Devin Booker out there snapping, which is kind of how it's been for the 3, 4, 5, whatever, how many games that they played together. I mean, it was one of the most fluid teams I ever seen. Like, they was flowing, dog. I mean, it was beautiful. KD and Booker dropping 30 for 30s. Chris Paul literally just setting everybody up and getting in where he fit in. And DeAndre Ayton doing his job. He playing defense. Yeah. He getting some points in the post, and he getting boards. You know what I'm saying? Nice. So with Durant, it's perfect, honestly. And then you got Chris Boyd, a Coke. I always mess up his name, but they got him, you know what I'm saying? He seemed like the perfect fit into that lineup as far as what they doing. So with KD, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't see too many. They was the favorites to me with KD, especially after seeing how they was in the first 3 games. But now with this injury, they gotta count on him to come back in time for the playoffs. But the thing about KD coming back in time for playoffs, we don't want to see it happen like it did in Golden State. You know, so they was waiting on KD to come back, and they kind of rushed it a little bit because they was getting close to that time. He come back, goes crazy for the time that he come back. Everybody like it's over. They back finna win, and then boom, the injury. So this is big in terms of Phoenix, and I think if they don't win it this year and he don't come back this year, they need to look into the next coming season, because you can't go into next season with this team and expect them to be fully healthy throughout the whole year with the injury history of Paul and Durant. It's sad to say that this team downfall literally might be injuries. That's kind of sad to say. And I think that's kind of the direction they headed in. But with KD, I don't know who's gonna stop him. I know Giannis was talking big, and I know Giannis and them got a real shot. Boston and JT, they for real. You still got the Nuggets in their way, but Phoenix was already competing with all of them before KD. They might not have beat them all, but they was competing with them all. So KD is the thing to get them over the top. He got to play if they want a shot at this, for sure.
Nah, that's without question. But nah, I get where you coming from. Chris, before I go to you, I just want to say this. I got two people that I'm not so sure about after seeing what I saw in Game 7 last year. And I think, Mike, I think you know what I'm gonna say. I got two people on that team that I'm just not convinced on, because I think they really not about that life. DeAndre and Devin, and here's why. There's no way you're supposed to be the second and third at the time, the second and third best players on that team, and even score 15 points. Like, how does that happen? I think DeAndre Ayton scored 8 points that game, and Devin Booker scored 4. Then on top of that, your boy, Mike, cooked them. Jalen Brunson cooked them. Cook Paul Bridges, cooked them. It wasn't just Luka. It just wasn't Luka Magic. Jalen Brunson cooked. So I mean, if KD don't come back, man, they better. I don't know, man.
Well, you heard what
if
Patrick
don't
Beverly
come back
said.
for the playoffs.
Chris Paul the traffic cone. So of course they gonna cook him. You know what I'm saying? You heard what Patrick Beverly said. But I feel you on I feel you on D Book. He did drop the ball. But
after
I can't
scoring
quite
like
say
74.
that with Aiden. The only reason I can't quite say that with Aiden is because they don't depend on him for that. Like, he do what they asking him. He really do. Like, they don't ask that man to come in and get them 15, 20, 30 points. They really don't. Like, if he do, it's great. And sometimes it might be needed, but they don't ask him for that. They really don't.
He has the ability to dominate, bro. I just, right, I get you, and they don't need him to do that. But I just wish sometimes he'd be more aggressive. Like how I say about Patrick Williams. We say Patrick Williams has all the talent in the world to be one of the greats, but he's not aggressive. Same goes for DeAndre Ayton. All the talent in the world. Not only Bigs can do what he can do, but he's not aggressive. And that's the problem
That's actually a great comparison. But it's not quite, because the man do average 18 and 10, dog. Like, for somebody who is not the number one option, you see what I'm saying? And
that's solid. That's more than solid.
Ain't never been the number one option. And for the 4-5 years in his career, he averaged almost 17 and 10 and a half boards. Hey, that ain't not being aggressive. That's doing your job. I mean, it's people who strive for that in the league and they can't even average, 17 and 10. So
yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Chris, what's your thoughts on this?
I do think he needs to be more aggressive on the defensive end, though. That is.
Facts.
I mean, you too big to.
Because he's athletic enough getting himself 3 blocks a game.
Yeah, bro, you too big to not even be able to get one block. You know what I'm saying? One block a game. Like you too big for that, and you're not even.
At least a block and a half.
You're not even a shooter, so it ain't like you just be out the paint on offensive plays too. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even a shooter like that. So that I think that definitely is a big thing also.
I think that boy Kevin Durant needs some new shoes and some new ankles. Because them ankles and them shoes is not it. I watched, and I've been rewinding it. Like, how and good God did you just fall? And I don't understand. And then I don't know. I think Kevin Durant, because of his personality, all the beefing he do on Twitter, he's some kind of way upset the basketball guys because it happened with him in Golden State. You know, the next ring he was supposed to win, he tore his Achilles, and then he was done because he got called a bitch. He ain't like Draymond, so he was like, "Hey, Kyrie, we finna go to Brooklyn." They get to Brooklyn, Kyrie. I don't know what Kyrie was on. He got on whatever he was on. He didn't want to get vaccinated. He didn't want to do all that, and he left KD out there hanging. Even though KD did play some games there, but KD's health for like the last 3 years has been up and down. Not when a man on the court ain't no question when a man is on the court, he do his thing, but he been trying to finagle his way. He been low key to me. Kevin Durant been low key, quietly trying to do the LeBron James, trying to get himself paired with the right group of superstars to win a championship, similar to our boy the King James. Find the right, you put the right pieces around me, I'll bring you a title. Now he finagled his way quietly, I might add, to the Suns. Quietly. It wasn't no talk. It wasn't a whole lot of noise. He just like a thief in the night. Like, yeah, I'm on Phoenix now. Like, wow, you in Phoenix? Wow. And I think he had Phoenix over the top, like with Phoenix and him. They was over the top, but with him gone, and then the downfall of Phoenix is gonna be that awesome man, my namesake, Chris, Mr. Paul. He old now. He ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? He ain't the same. Chris Paul used to could jump, he could shoot. Now my man is a grandpa, almost a grandpa on the back. He still ball. He still can put up some numbers. He still can pass the ball, but you're not the same, bro. Your athletics are dwindling. You ain't got the same quickness. You ain't got the same elevation, but you still I think in order for that team, they need somebody else like him. That's what that team's missing. Like they got all Devin Booker can get buckets. Ayton, to me, is like a baby Shaq. Like when he want to turn it on, he could be like the most dominant inside. He could be dominant like that because he big, like y'all say, he big. He got a weird skill set. He got some post move. He definitely can post you up. He definitely can dominate you in the paint, and and he definitely do putbacks and all that. I just think they just need. It's rare, but they need like another Chris Paul. They need another dude just come in, facilitate, get us set up on defense. Get dudes in the spot. It's like when they don't have that team, they struggle so hard. It's like Booker, and to me, Booker is just a bucket getter. You know what I'm saying? Booker just go out there and get buckets. That's all he do. He'll play a little bit of defense here and there, but his job is to just put up 74 if he got to. You know what I'm saying? His job is just to get the bucket.
I ain't think I was gonna
Facts.
be one to say this, but I think people is being a little bit too hard on Kevin Durant. Now, let me explain. Let me explain. It's only like factual based that I'm saying this. People want him to be, you know what I'm saying, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, you know what I'm saying, get your team, get supporting cast for you, go get this chip, things like that. Now, he, you know, say he had all them years trying to do that, and you know, success was up and down. He didn't get a chip, whatever. Then you had the Golden State years where he became a piece, but a key piece to overall championship success. But what changes all of that, and what people don't pay attention to, is how that Golden State run ended, and that was the injury, the Achilles injury. The man missed the whole season. You see what I'm saying? Missed the whole season. Since then, he has not played more than 55 games in a season. And that was only once in a 3-year span.
That's a good point.
So he had 30-something games the first year back, then 55 that year. Everybody said Brooklyn should win, even though he still only played 55 games. And then this year, he's only played 42 games. 42. So, and this is why I said that Anthony Davis is starting to you know, to play a part. Because, I mean, over the last 3 years, you barely played a full season worth of games.
I got to give him some fault, too, because whatever happened between him and Draymond ended his championship run. Because I believe that the whole situation that happened, he just got hurt. Maybe they mended out in Golden State. He go back to Golden State. They get another one. They do what they were supposed to do. If Draymond didn't disrespect him, calling out his name, I think he might actually still be there. But based on, I'm glad you brought up what you brought up though, bro, because looking at Kevin Durant history, I'm comparing him similar to LeBron, because you had your first championship opportunity. You've been a part of some serious big threes. Let's not forget it was you, Westbrook, and James Harden. If James Harden showed up to be the James Harden that we know in that playoff series, LeBron might not have won that. You might have beat LeBron then with Westbrook and James Harden. Because the only reason I feel like y'all lost that is because you and Westbrook went crazy, but there was no James Harden. James Harden was getting like
8 points per game in the finals. Wow, I'll never forget that.
Bro, and Westbrook
that
and
finals
KD
has had me off James Harden ever since, dog.
So then, wait, and then you finally you leave there, you get to Golden State. Oh my God. You put together one of the greatest teams ever assembled. You get there. Now it don't work out. I guess you and Draymond get into it, y'all exchange words. Now you ain't feeling it no more. Now you want to leave. You team up with Kyrie. Now, Brooklyn, everybody, y'all gonna win a championship. Y'all gonna win a championship. Kyrie and KD, look out. Then Kyrie, like I said, Kyrie wanted to save the world, all black. I don't know, his mind wasn't right. KD tried to carry the team, he couldn't carry it. And now, Phoenix, you made it to Phoenix. You got Chris Paul, you got D Book, you got Aiden, and wow, championship. Now all of a sudden, you can't do a layup without hurting your ankle, dog. Like, come on. Like, whatever you did to piss off the basketball guys, bro, you need to like, and it's like the twilight, and it's like when those legs and those ankles start getting bad, your game start going down more and more. Can you still be the same KD? You know what I'm saying? Can you still be the same? I know you still got the jump. I know you still can be that, but like, if I'm a coach, can I depend on you? Not just your name, not just your past history. Like, can I depend on you to actually be on the floor, not on my bench in street clothes? Can I depend on KD to be on the floor in the game, active, playing, doing what you do? How many games? Now when I get you, I gotta look like how many games you think you gonna miss this? How many games you gonna miss this season? Like if we really trying to go somewhere, we need you on the floor. Like and it's bad that he getting an Anthony Davis at this point in his career, because this was boy a last to me like a last ditch effort to win a championship with that team. Because with him, that team with him, with like, and like I said before on the last show, like with Chris Paul, the most ultimate facilitator, no one has to work for a shot.
God.
Devin Booker, you can run in that quarter. KD just running that quarter. Chris Paul gonna do that. He gonna cross somebody up and he gonna give you that. All you gotta do is hit the shot when he give it to you. Just like y'all.
He gonna down the defense in the paint and
just like he been doing. Just like Chris Paul ain't even been really scoring no point. The man barely averaging like 10 points, but he getting like 17, 18, 19 assists because all he doing is just I got KD, I got Devin Booker, buckets. Y'all get the buckets. I just give me the dime. But I don't know.
I'm the playmaker.
I just like I ain't got too many gripes with KD other than I think he getting into some unnecessary beefs on Twitter and with fans. But just KD, just get you some new shoes, bro. Get some new shoes, bro. Tape them ankles. Maybe lift some weights on them skinny legs. Make them a little bit bigger and stronger. Cause your skills.
That is one thing I think that is big, and I'm actually surprised that haven't played a part up until like this late in his career. Cause I mean, have any of y'all ever had to, or not had to, but have any of y'all ever tried to hoop in some KDs, bro?
No.
I tried some on. They some rough shoes. They not made for hooping like that, bro.
Go hoop in some KDs, bro, and see if your ankle don't feel like it's gonna give at any minute. Like I'm telling you.
And that's another thing about some of these hoopers who design. Like, bro, if y'all picking the designs and y'all got some say so in the designs of y'all shoes, and y'all trying these things on, like, can't y'all feel if that it's a good shoe, if it's supporting you, if it's giving you the proper support you need before you go into the game? You gonna let them put out. You gonna let them put out some shoes that's not gonna give you and you a hooper. You gonna go out there in some shoes that's not taking care of your ankle.
You seen what Steph and LeBron did. They both made shoes to protect their ankles. You see what I'm saying? Steph specifically, because he was Mr. No ankles. And they switched up his shoes and everything. You see, he been going strong. Same thing with Bron. His shoes been made to protect his ankles and stuff too. KD's shoes, bro, from what I seen, bro, they seem dangerous. Anytime you step on the court with them boys, I couldn't do it. And I'm impressed that he been doing it this long, honestly.
And you KD, bro, you can go to Nike and be like, hey, bro, no, y'all gotta change my joint to you KD. You KD. You don't think they gonna change your shoes for you? Maybe, and I think maybe that was the same thing with Derrick Rose, like his legs. Even though he didn't know how to run on his own, maybe Adidas had him some bogus shoes.
Well, supposedly they was a little rough, a little rough in the beginning because listen, now I'm about to tell you from personal experience, okay? I had D Rose first shoes, if you remember, Chris. And
I do.
I hooped in them for years on years, and they was good shoes. But I cannot lie, I have had at least 2 to 3 ankle twists, ankle sprains while hooping in them shoes. As a matter of fact, I used to wear after the first time it happened, it was so bad. I used to wear braces for a while wearing them shoes. So I definitely understand. But they did fix them in some of his later shoes that had came out. So, but they still wasn't how the first ones was. The first one was all light and you know what I'm saying, you supposed to fly and this, that, and the third, which that part was true, but them ankles definitely would be skeptical. So, but D Rose, like you said, also he ain't know how to run. The way man, D Rose game was so vicious on the body. Like, no wonder couldn't nobody stop him, because who finna tear their body up like that for a bucket? For a bucket, bro. The moves and the things D Rose was doing, I mean, yeah, ain't nobody gonna stop it, but as you can see, you gonna stop yourself with the moves. So,
But see, here go the thing. I compare his aggression to Westbrook. I thought they had the same because Westbrook used to be like that too.
the
To
Yeah,
me,
aggression
they were
is true, but the type of move
man.
wasn't the same, and the run style
Nope,
wasn't the same. D Rose
nope.
put way more pressure on his legs. Them stops and them spins and stuff like that. Westbrook ain't do all that. Westbrook was straight motion,
straightforward.
straight, up and down the court. Like prime example is headband rush in OKC when everybody left
Okay.
him, and he took off down down the court and just went and just dunked it. That's kind of how Russ is all the time. D Rose, one, he run different, and two, he gonna do like 3, 4 moves into that outside of just sprinting down court. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely played a dangerous game in terms of on the body. And people ain't realized that just because he was so great at the time. But yeah, when you dissect it and go back and look at that, it was very dangerous on the body. I could never, bro. My ACL will be gone in 2, 3 games trying to do the moves that he was doing.
Full speed.
Full speed at that
I'm
fast.
almost out with this. Some of the that I was privileged to witness from Derek Markel Rose. Even though I know he's not and is not even close, but at the time, watching him do this he was doing, I thought I was watching a 24-year-old Michael Jordan. That's how crazy and insane that man moves was. I mean, I remember one game, man. They were playing Boston.
Oh man,
They were playing
them
Boston.
games crazy.
In Boston. In Boston. This man stole the ball. No, they got the rebound. He got the rebound, went 94 feet, brought it up the court, took off at the free throw line, and Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce on his back turned around mid and threw it with his head in. I'm like, what? Like, no, this man just didn't score over Pierce and Garnett. And we know how tall G is. G a good 7 feet. Paul Pierce like a good 6'9", 6'10". So I'm like, yeah, that's swatting. Nope. And one. I'm like, oh man. But yeah, his knee, his game was all power. His game was all power. That's
No
all his
finesse.
game was, all power. All the talk, like you said, like them smooth moves, all the talk on them knees, man, and them ankles. Dead them in, man. And I'm just gonna say this in closing. Had he not got, hold on 1 second, Chris. Had he not got hurt, we would have got 2 before it was all said and done. I was so pissed off when he blew his knee because I just knew that was our type.
You know what? If he had more finesse to his game, it's like that was because Mike don't realize Mike did all that, but Mike was smooth with it. Mike was smooth.
Mike was smooth with it, right?
Mike had the footwork.
He was smooth with it.
Rose was just straight power. He was just straight Adrian Peterson on the basketball court. He
Mike ain't step on the gas.
Yeah, Mike could finesse you.
He ain't step on the gas though how Rose was. And then you gotta think like Imagine
Yeah,
this is how
exactly.
roles played. This is how roles played. Imagine driving your car, right? Every day, or every other day. So driving your car, you put the pedal to the floor everywhere you going. I mean, pedal to the floor. And now, mind you, when you driving, okay, it's stop signs, it's stop lights, it's all kind of stuff that you know what I'm saying. You can't just put the pedal to the floor on the road. Pedal to the floor, regardless. So when you come to these stop signs, these stop lights, now you slamming on brakes. You see what I'm saying? So he got pedal to the floor, boom, defender come cut him off. He hit him with a D Rose move. To hit him with that D Rose move right there is slamming the brakes. Boy, your brakes, your
Yep.
tires, all that finna be gone within months. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
facts,
Right.
And that's how
facts.
he
Facts.
played. Like that's how he
Facts.
played. And it was
Facts.
so great and so like such in the moment. None of us, including the coach, the team, like nobody realized it. You know, because it was just so great. You couldn't do nothing but just watch, like and be at awe. You know what I'm saying? Nobody realized like you literally is
Facts.
like stabbing yourself every play. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy.
Right. Yeah. No, without a doubt. So our last topic is so the Memphis Grizzlies played the Golden State Warriors. The Grizzlies won the contest by a score of 131 to 110. 48 points were scored in the very first quarter by the Memphis Grizzlies. Also, Draymond and now NBA tough guy Dylan Brooks had an altercation, but this is the first time that Draymond and Dylan Brooks have had. Like, who doesn't Brooks do it with? He's like, everybody's watching this game. Brooks is agitating and getting to it with somebody. There'd be LeBron, MB, somebody. He's getting it. He's always chirping. He's always chirping. Let's start. Let's get thoughts on this. Chris, what's your thoughts on the game itself and also the Draymond Dylan Brooks beat?
Oh, it was a good game. Now I'm scared for them boys over there. They got the best shooter in the league back, and they didn't lost. Like they every game since he been back, and he coming back.
Wow.
He coming back. He been back like the light skinned assassin. He's still smacking threes from everywhere. He's still scoring points. They just can't get a dub. I think they missing Andrew Wiggins, and I think Draymond Green has bullied Jordan Poole to I don't even know who that dude is no more. Like the same Jordan Poole we was seeing. I don't know. He
What? Jordan Poole hooping, bro. What you mean?
he ain't he been inconsistent to me. Like some games you see,
No.
I don't
Jordan
know.
Poole is the reason that they been in
Bro,
this. He the reason they where they at, especially with Steph being out.
Yeah, I
He's
know, but
he's still
yeah,
averaging a dub, bro.
I mean he hooping, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just something. It's a little off. But as far as Dylan Brooks and Draymond, that situation is hilarious to me because I think they one in the same person. Like Draymond got off on being like a bully, being the enforcer. Like yeah, but now Dylan Brooks ain't backing down. Dylan Brooks ain't going. Dylan Brooks that same kind of dude. Like, no,
hey,
I'm
they
the
the same
enforcer.
person.
Like I'm
Yep.
the enforcer over here. Yeah, I'm gonna talk that. Yeah, I'm gonna run my mouth. I'll push you. I'll take the hard foul. All that. So they beef is just like it's so entertaining to me. I just hope they don't go too far and get themselves in no trouble. Y'all can be intense. Y'all can cap and do all that, but keep it in the game, though. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want the dudes to get in trouble, man, because it's already enough. Because I know Memphis already got enough going on that with they star player, they star
Right.
point guard. So you don't want
His
that.
situation right here.
Because if you want me to call it, the Memphis Grizzlies are becoming the bad boy Pistons. They this generation's
Mm.
they doing the talking, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't scared. They doing the talking and they got the players. They got more. What people don't realize, they got more than one enforcer. I think Bane got some of that enforcer. Dylan Brooks got some of that in him. Bane got some of that in him. Bane got some of that enforcer in him. And they got
Steven
one
Adams.
more. They got the 7-foot silent bone crusher, as I call him. He's 7 foot. He wear a long ponytail. He ain't been playing in a few games. But when he come back and they get all their crushes, they're like, yeah, like, yeah. So Memphis is a young squad with a lot of they just ain't taking nothing from nobody. They got three of them dudes that's like that. I think Bane like that. You got Dylan. Hey, though, because Steven Adams, he ain't gonna talk to you. Steven Adams ain't the talker. He just gonna come over there and just, bro, he gonna pick
Gonna
you
pick
up.
you up real
He
quick and
gonna
put you out the
he gonna
way.
pick you up real quick, like, bro, he gonna let you know you don't want that smoke. You don't even want that. You don't want that. He
Like you did Tony Brown.
Man. But I think, but hey, watching him and Draymond go at it, boy, I love it because basketball been missing that. Dudes don't get to like really go at each other like that on the court without fouls and texts and all that. So long as they keep it within the, hey, long as they keep it within the game and don't nobody start getting suspended and all that, I love it. I love it because I think as an athlete, as a player, sometimes you're gonna be like that. Sometimes it's gonna be a dude on another team that pissed you off, or a dude you wanna, hey bro, no, you finna get this, bro. Nah. Isolation. I want now, bro. You finna get all this work. Sometimes
You
your opponent gotta
always
get that work. You gotta get that work. You gotta get that work. I love it. I just hope, like I said, just don't nobody get in trouble. Keep it, don't nobody get in trouble. That's all I gotta say.
Facts. Nah, I hear you. And like you said, they one and the same. That's why they hate stand each other. Because they both like talk shit on the court and try to get agitate you and get under your skin. So yeah, nah, they one and the same. What's your thoughts on this?
Hey, that man was on point, bro. They like a modern day Pistons. It's about as close as you gonna get in today's NBA. And the rivalry is great. I love it. It's good for the NBA. Golden State keep talking about it ain't a rivalry, but it is. Let's just call it what it is, bro. Y'all been going back and forth with these dudes for the last couple years. Now, here's my thing. Here's my only. This really my only knock with this whole rivalry, beef, whole situation thing. Memphis gotta back it up. They got to back it up. The Pistons backed it up.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Anybody else that so like you gotta back it up. Golden State, they wasn't talking. I ain't gonna lie to you, they wasn't talking before they started backing it up. You see what I'm saying? Once they start getting the hardware and the W's and the chips, now it's time to talk. So essentially, they did it right. Memphis kind of premature talking, especially when you got, you know what I'm saying, certified shooters on your team who ain't really certified, but you know what I'm saying, they want to be certified. So, you know what I'm saying? So outside things come into play. So, you know what I'm saying? Like they gotta back it up. They've been talking for the last couple years and they ain't been able to beat Golden State when it matters. Now they beat them tonight. They blew them out. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you got to do it when it matters. And not only do you got to do it when it matters, but when you trying to be a rival to a team like Golden State and beef with them, you know what I'm saying? You need at least one chip to stand on. They got too much heat. Even the person that the beef is with got too much heat. You see what I'm saying? People be knocking Draymond like Draymond ain't got an accolade list too. You see what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying? Like
he got a list.
like he do his job, whether people want to admit it or not. You know what I'm saying? DPOY, multiple time champion. He even got, you know what I'm saying, triple doubles here and there. You see what I'm saying? Like he definitely got, you know what I'm saying, a nice little accolade list to be able to talk. He talked. But as far as like both of them being the enforcers and him and Dylan, yeah, they kind of is one and the same. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't know if y'all seen the little post comments. He talking about go talk to Draymond and whatnot. Listen, dog, you ain't even bust Golden State. You see what I'm saying? Y'all won the game, but Draymond Green still have more points than you. In what world does Draymond Green have more points than you, dog? Like,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you let this man outscore you and everything. Like that right there. I'm not saying it's big, but like, you know, y'all, how you just had these talks, these beefs going back and forth, and then you come in and let a man who known for defense and setting up his team outscore you.
Facts. I swear I would have had to put like 45 on Draymond if it was me. If I was Dylan Brooks, I had to put like 45 on, bro, just for opening his mouth, bro. I'm finna put 40 on him, bro. And they beat him without Ja too. No Ja. And Steph was going crazy. That was
well, the no Ja thing. I mean, Ja a big thing for the Memphis Grizzlies, but they got one of the best backup point guards in the league.
Oh yeah.
Y'all know me. I'm a Duke man. So Tyus Jones been my boy since Duke. You see what I'm saying? And he a solid point guard, and he dropped 22 and 11.
22, yeah. So, yeah, he went crazy. I damn near picked him up in finals.
I'm gonna say this. Dylan Brooks need his beat. Because matter of fact, Ja need to smack him with that gun he was waving on IG. That's what gun he was waving on IG.
You a fool.
Draymond Green for more points than you. You was supposed to make 50 on that man. 50. I would have told Draymond. I would have laughed in his face and just said, 50. I'm going to tell y'all a story right quick. So when Mike was playing, he was on a road trip. So they was getting ready to play the Lakers. And Byron Scott normally said that normally when they would play the Bulls, he would check Mike. So it just so happened that Byron Scott like sprained his ankle or something and he wasn't going to play. So they say the Bulls pulled in, Byron Scott walking in, the Bulls pulled in, get off the bus. He see Byron Scott, he called him B Scott. He was like, B Scott, what's happening, baby? I hear you ain't playing tonight. He was like, nah, MJ. He was like, what's up, MJ? Nah, man, I can't go. My ankle. They say Mike asked Byron Scott, like, so who got me tonight? He was like, Anthony Pillar. They say Mike laughed like 50. 50. You go tell that man I said 50. They say Byron Scott went and told Anthony Pillar, hey, Mike say he hanging 50 on you tonight. And they said that man had 52. Anyway.
Hey, that's what Dylan Brooks was supposed to do. Facts. Hang. He's supposed to, yeah.
Exactly.
Even me, myself.
Like
I'm not even a scorer, but I wouldn't I would have had to hang like 45 on Draymond after all that woofing. And I ain't even a scorer. I had to hang like 45 on Draymond.
I would have had to have 50 with about 2 rebounds, 10 assists. Man, I would have had to get that man the business.
My man giving him a double-double. You gonna give him a double-double?
Trump, man. I would have had to give him a Russell.
Ain't neither one of y'all dropping that on no Draymond Green, bro. Stop it. The man is whole DPOY, known for defense. Whether you want to call it hacking or not, whatever. Bro. Known for defense.
Come on, DPOY not, man. How does that happen?
And do you know how big that dude is, bro? Have y'all ever hooped with somebody that big, bro? Cause the last time, listen, okay. I'm gonna tell you straight up. All right. The last time I hooped with somebody that was about as big, he like what, 6'7", something like that.
Yep.
6'7", something like that, bro.
6'8".
No, he an undersized power forward. So he
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 about
like
6'7", 6'8",
yeah, he ain't
6'7",
6'8". He like let me see this
6'6",
shit.
6'7".
Yeah, he like 6'6", 6'7". Regardless, bro, that's big. You know what I'm saying? That's big, bro. And he agile 6'6", 6'7". You know what I'm saying? He not like an old Shaq or nothing like that. So ain't neither one of y'all.
Right.
I'm not even finna hang 45 on Draymond head. I might could get a dub, you know what I'm saying? I could probably, you know what I'm saying, but to hang 45 on him, that ain't gonna happen. Now Dylan Brooks, on the other hand, he should be able to, cause he about what, 6'3"? No, he bigger than that. Matter of fact, they about the same size. He about 6'2". So, you know what I'm saying, for him, that should be easy, especially when you consider, I guess, more of a bucket than Draymond. But you want to come out shooting 1 for 7 from three and whatnot, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, he been having a bad year all year
Yeah,
to
bro,
me.
he ain't been
So
scoring. Like when they was playing the Warriors in the playoffs last time, he was putting up buckets. Now this dude can't even buy a bucket. Like he can't buy a bucket this year. Like I thought he could hit threes. Like a few last was that last year they was going back and forth
Right.
for that was hitting threes. Now you can't even hit a three. Like what your
Right.
offense just went away? You became Russell Westbrook all of a sudden?
Yep.
Just no offense, no more jumper, huh? No more jumper, no more 3-point. You just turned it off, huh? Somebody turned your jump shot sliders out. Because like his jumper this year has been
that man
horrible,
shooting
bro.
31% from three, 31% from three, and 45% from the field this year. That
That's terrible.
You ain't
That's
even
not what's
shooting
averaging
50%.
averaging his lowest points since his sophomore season. He's definitely having a down year for sure. So that's one of the biggest things for me, dog. How you doing all this tough talk and you having essentially the worst year of your career, literally. Like
Thank you.
like I said, John. That's what you had to use waiting on last. That's with it. The Brooks. Guess what? So yeah, man. I mean,
And and
I
real
don't
quick, I was
understand.
gonna say this. I thought he was gonna be the main one going off cause Ja his boy. Since Ja down, I thought he was gonna be the main one. Like I'm gonna hold you down, Ja. I'm finna go, bro.
that's how it used to be.
Nah, bro. What happened? You can't get a bucket. You can't get a bucket, bro. You can't get a bucket.
He too busy trying to fight and start stuff. You remember he got into it with Donovan Mitchell and whatnot, out here getting suspended and getting teched up. He doing too much enforcing and not enough hooping. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if you trying to be the bodyguard while y'all walk around with the pose and whatnot, but whatever it is, whatever it is y'all doing, man, this ain't it. Y'all out here acting like we hooping at the park, and y'all the GDs and the BDs is coming to hoop against y'all in the park. Like it ain't, you
Facts.
know what I'm saying? Like this ain't that, bro. Y'all NBA, y'all gotta get it together. Y'all enforcing the
Facts.
wrong things.
Facts.
Right. Right. Well, with the joke I made about Ja, I, I is no pun intended, man. I really hope that brother get the help he need. I hope he able to get back on the court real soon because I am a fan of his. I just wanted to point that out. But on another note, our show, fellas, thank you for giving excellent take, key points, and all that good stuff. Fans, that's our show. If we can get a like and a subscribe on YouTube and a follow on Twitter and hashtag Can I Get Some Sports with that. This has been another banger episode. I am your host, boy. We'll see you next time. Peace, love, and hair grease.
Stay tuned, y'all.
All
We got
right,
a lot of
y'all.
stuff in tune for
Another
y'all.
one in the books.